So I just came across this video and she's speaking some real shit. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't finish it. I wanted to listen to what she was talking about, to be honest with you, figure out where she was going. Never heard of her channel. Just popped up randomly on my fucking feed, which I like. I appreciate when YouTube does that. And give me some work. You feel me? But let's get into it. Art Talk made you fear black people. I wanted to know what she was talking about. Like, what does she mean by that? Like, you know what I mean? What do you mean by that? On some Drewski shit. I'm gonna start it from the beginning of where she starts talking about the topic.
Story about myself. Let's get into the actual point of my video. So I wanted to talk about something that's been kind of heavy. It's like the effects of 2020 and how it really affected the art community, especially when it came to like drawing people of color. In this case, I'm going to be talking about black people because that's kind of my niche. Art TikTok made you fear drawing black people, and I'm saying art talk, but it was probably like most of the social medias as well. But it's a very interesting topic to dive into because we really need to see what in the world happened for this to be the response, because now a lot of people are like, oh, like I'm scared.
When she first said that, I was thinking about the aspect of, I first heard it and I was thinking about the aspect of it's not just art TikTok, it's not just TikTok, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's all these platforms, even especially on Twitter, especially on Reddit. I remember one time I made a black Android 21, right? A black Android 21. And they called it all things but the Christ of God. Everything. I got sand nigga. I got all of that type of shit. Like just weird. And first of all, it's Reddit, right? But it's the same energy on a lot of these other platforms. I think that some of them, like TikTok, you can't say certain shit or they will strike your account to where you can get banned, shit like that. So yeah, it is out there and it's really prevalent. It's just that a lot of these people be hiding under what do you call it, burner accounts and shit. So I definitely agree with the aspect of, yeah, it will make you fear the aspect of drawing black characters. Now, when I draw black characters now, I'm more so worried about the aspect of, because I draw a lot of black women. Let's just keep it a buck. I draw a lot of women in general, but I draw a lot of aspects of black women. Like, you know, you see the painting in the background. And with that being said, I understand when I have the critique of women on my art. You know what I mean? You know, I've even had women that actually, you know, I've dated and been involved with that will look at my art and kind of be like, well, why does she have to be so, like, mind you, the crazy part is, mind you, they originally liked a lot of my art, but I think that came to a point where it became like an insecurity in them to where they would question, well, why is she so damn thick? Like, why you have to always make your girls thick? You didn't have a problem with it in the beginning. That's neither here nor there, but it is a thing where people's insecurities, people's fears, whatever, how they view black people, how they view black women, how they view women in general, when they look at my art, it's kind of like sometimes those come up to the forefront and are very prevalent. And they tell me in multiple ways, shit. But that's not, as an artist, I grew to realize that that's not on me. If this is something I genuinely love drawing, the fact that you feel the way you feel about my art, like I'm not coming at it in the aspect of trying to spark up debate with my art. Like, this is like, I don't have to sell a piece, to be honest with you. I want to sell a piece, don't get it twisted, I do, but I would put this art and just hold it in my crib and just be like, it's good art for me, my nigga. The fact that I made that is kind of like an icing on the cake, you know what I mean? Icing on the cake type shit, cherry on top. But this is what I would like to see. If I had a big ass mansion, I would like to see this type of art around my fucking house. Fuck what y'all think. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't no fucking clout shit. So, yeah, I had to but I think that artists have to, first of all, AI. I get that AI is prevalent, but you got to first find your fucking art style. Artists, to the young artists, you have to first find who you are. When I say art style, I don't mean the actual general art style. Who are you, my nigga? Who are you? You understand what I mean? You got to find that first. Then you find out what you like to draw, how you like to draw it, whoop-de-doo type shit. Like at first when I came into the scene, I was doing a lot of Afrocentric type art, but I realized I kind of like doing a lot of not safe for work art. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I do. And I kind of merged the worlds of not safe for work, Afro art, Afrocentric art, and futuristic, like futurism, because I like a lot of anime and cyber, like Ghost in the Shell type shit. So I just like, and then tribalism, you know what I mean? I like a lot of tribal art too. I love that shit. It gets my gears going. It gets my blood going. But, merging all of those worlds in one fucking art, like that's what I do. I love that shit. I love that shit, bro. People be suggesting, hey, I think I seen somebody that got inspiration from your art. I'm like, it is what it is. I've had people that definitely took some inspiration from my shit and kind of just ran with it, but they didn't keep it going because it's not them. You understand what I mean? So again, to the young artists, find who you are first, because you'll be chasing a trend, chasing a style for the longest. Find what you like to draw and keep doing that shit. If you didn't have the ability to make money off of that shit, would you still do it? You understand what I mean? So even with this aspect of the fear of drawing black people, make sure that you want to actually draw black people. If you don't, that's okay too. You know what I mean? That's okay too. So find out what you like. You feel me?
To draw black people, and I think it was a few things. One of it was sort of the over political correctness of 2020 to 2022, and it got to a point where if you did not draw black people in a specific guideline, in like a specific way,
basically what she's talking about is the aspect of if you drew a character that was black and he's a lighter version of that, oh, they gonna fucking flame your ass. Black people, they gonna, especially the young black folks. The young black folks, sometimes I get it. But I think that the young black folks be literally about to like kill niggas on TikTok and most of these social media platforms because the character is a slight shade lighter. And I'm like, y'all really about to like do this right now? I get the fact that there are colorist aspects in real life. But y'all are fighting over a fictional character, my nigga. Like, because he or she chose a cyan color. Like, I get it if they actually made monkey features on the character, right? I get that aspect. It's racist. It is what it is. But it's like, how do you know what shade of brown you should put on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy that's what we're fighting over when it comes to a lot of these conversations about black characters, right? It's weird. It's fucking weird, to be honest with you. As I grow older, I start to realize, is this really something that we should be fighting about? You know what I mean? Like, is this really detrimental? You know what I mean? I mean, if it happens and it's basically happening in bad jest, hey, go off. But it's like, if the character is a certain shade of like brown, right? And they make them this shade of brown, is it really the end of the world? That's all I'm saying. Is it truly the end of the world? And I think that just as it's crazy we talk about parasocial relationships with streamers, I think that a lot of the younger generation, specifically a lot of the younger artists, be having parasocial relationships with fucking fictionalized characters. Like, they be ready. Like, I be seeing, I say young people, I've seen people my age and sometimes older be falling in love with characters like Gojo, and Geto and Toji. They be falling in love with these characters. They be like literally posting pictures with these niggas on some Meg Thee Stallion shit, and they be dead ass though. Like, they really be dead ass. Like, Meg Thee Stallion be cosplaying in the shit. These niggas be dead ass, dog. Dead ass. Hey, listen. It is what it is, but it is what it is.
That you were supposed to do it, then you'd basically get dogpiled on, and people will say, okay, this is wrong, like, you did it wrong. You know what I mean? It would be things that really didn't make sense, because it would be like, oh, you can't draw your black OC with small lips and small nose, but then you also cannot draw your black OC with big lips and a big nose, and like, you can't draw your black OC with straight hair. Oh, and you also can't draw your black OC with an afro. It was basically like super contradictive and hypocritical, and like, everything had to be perfect and in like a specific spot, because if you
I get that, and that's on black artists that be on some like, the funny thing is that I don't even think it's black artists that be doing that shit. It is some black artists that be doing that shit, but I do believe it's some of them folks that be like cosplaying. Basically they'll have burner accounts with black faces on it, right? And they'll go into the aspect. Crazy thing is I was just having this conversation with an artist that literally did this, and they said that because of this white person that drew this character, like he likes to draw like very voluptuous women, right? He doesn't just specifically draw black women, but he has them in his artillery where he draws them and they look phenomenal. Well, I'm a black man, but that the woman in question is a black woman, and she just does not like the fact that he draws black women so good, for lack of, she didn't say it was bad. It was just that it's just like something in her was like, nah, something ain't right about that dude that can draw black women's asses so damn good. And I'm like, is that a thing? And I have to respect the fact that she's a woman. I'm not looking at it as a woman, you know what I mean? And how she may feel about that, because the artist in question is not black. You know what I mean? I think he's literally, I think he got red hair. He may be ginger. But yeah, like I wanted to say to them like, hey, you know, I get that where you're going, but I literally have had conversations with them. I've listened to their interaction with other black women. I think that their partner is a black woman. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I get where you're coming from. There are artists out there that do shit in bad faith, but I don't think that person is one of them. You know what I mean? Case by case type shit. But because of the world we live in, you know, sorry, artists that aren't black and draw black characters, because of the world that we all live in, this is just the game. And sometimes you may get hit with the 1-1, the 1-2 in the crossfire. You know what I mean? What do you call it? Friendly fire type shit. And some of these niggas ain't friendly with y'all. It just is what it is. You can't change their point of view because of how this world has shaped their point of view. You understand what I mean? So again, try not to be as reactive and try to be empathetic to the aspect of, this is the world that we living in, dog. Now, you don't have to be empathetic. You can go off all you want to, but you're going to be proving their point of how you may be one of them. You understand what I mean? So it's kind of like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. I would just leave it alone. If you have a situation like that where an artist or a black person is kind of like coming at you on some hard fucking core shit. If you know who you are, you know who you are. Why do you have to prove anything to them? You understand what I mean? Especially if it's like, you know what I mean? Some type of, what do you call it? When they have the torches out, you know what I mean? Like they basically try to roast your ass. So it's like, just keep it cool, keep your composure, because the moment you react as a white person negatively, yes, you can be defending yourself, yes, but it's kind of like the aspect of how you go about defending yourself. You understand what I mean? How do you go about that? Because it's like, if somebody's making claims against me that's not true, if I go vehemently strong against those claims, it kind of looks like, okay, why are you going so hard type shit. You know what I mean? You got to be, it's like an art of war to this shit. So I'm just giving you a little bit of tips. You ain't got to listen to me. You know, I'm just a mortal man. I'm just a regular nigga. You feel me? They like to do art from time to time. But in all seriousness, yeah, it is it's perfectionism with some of these folks, bruh. It is perfectionism with a lot of these folks. So y'all be careful when it comes to like trying to get into the bag of drawing black characters. You understand what I mean? Be safe. Stay dangerous.
Strayed from that box that was put on black character design, you were basically cooked. You know what I mean? Like, people were very, very harsh on especially beginner artists and people who at first didn't really know how to do anything. Like, people would write in the comments that you did it wrong. Your black OCs, they couldn't be villains. They couldn't be mean. They couldn't be mad. They all had to be like this perfect sort of happy-go-lucky like character with no sad backstory. Both of their parents had to be present. Like, it was basically...
Funny thing is I've played into this. I have. because of me and my views on a specific artist. I'm gonna keep it a buck, and I'm gonna call it what it is. I have had issues with Ethan Becker. Yep, I said it. Ethan Becker. He had a story that was dealing with some. I'm not sure if they were black, but some characters that were not white, right? And he kept saying that this is going to be a phenomenal story. It's going to be a phenomenal story. This story comes from the heart because it's what I went through. And because of what I know of Ethan Becker's past interactions, not currently, I don't know what the fuck he's doing currently, but ever since then, I kind of just fell off of Ethan Becker. But he drew these characters, right? They went through some shit. Robbing, stealing, some real shit. I think even the characters were just not the best characters, right? It was one character that was just like doing a lot of violent, vile, fucked up shit. And as a white man drawing those characters in such a fashion, it looks crazy. I don't know how else to say that. Plus, the artist in question that is drawing the said character, he has never done that type of art before. You know what I mean? With his personal art before. Not sure what he's done as far as works, like what type of works he's done. And mind you, this is just my personal view on Ethan Becker. I'm not saying that people should view this. I'm just saying, but what I've seen from Ethan Becker, the commentary that he's had. I remember Colleen got in trouble with how she was drawing black people, specifically that black woman, and how she basically tried to, that was a whole debate about that, how she drew black women. Ethan Becker jumps his ass in the conversation to commentary on and basically joke about the aspect of this ain't that serious. Like, let's calm down. And I'm like, Ethan Becker, you're white. You might want to just stay out of this one. But him not knowing that left a bad taste in my mouth going forward. Then, push come to shove. A few years later, he comes out with he comes out with some type of manga or anime. He wanted to make an animation, I guess, about these badass kids. And lo and behold, those badass kids are not white. They're basically people of color, I guess, black. They had some of them with locks. So it's like, you had that whole shit to say about Colleen and how she drew. You know what I mean? It's like, because I get it. Ethan Becker is jokey type shit. But some things you just need to stay the fuck out of. You know what I mean? Like some things you don't need to, like you may have a point to talk about, but to say that it's not that serious and you are not that person that she is describing in her art, and those people who she's describing have discrepancies against Colleen. Even Colleen, like, again, the jokey, like the whole edgelord shit. Like, Colleen is one of them, right? Colleen is like to me, Colleen is like the Nina Lynn of the artist world. Because it's like, well, technically without the raspy ass New York accent, but it's like she's the troll. You know what I mean? The troll. So that whole debate, Ethan Becker hop in on it. I was like, I didn't really like his take. I'm not going to hold you. So even though I didn't like his take on that, I still kept watching him. I kept watching him, and he comes out a few years later. He comes out with the manga with those black children basically doing a lot of fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Not only to each other, but to the community that they were in. And I'm like, maybe if this is such, me personally, take it with a grain of salt. If this is such a what do you call it? Because he kept saying, this is me. This is my story. Because I remember this is like my lifestyle. This is my upbringing. Then why didn't you make the characters white, Ethan Becker? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying because white people go through it too. You know what I mean? White people go through a lot of shit in this country too, especially nowadays. You know what I mean? White people getting shot like us. You feel me? It just is what it is. But I digress. Yeah, it gets nasty. It does get nasty, but it's like I said before. This is why I say to the white artists or the people of color artists, not even just white artists, because Asian people probably do it too. Latino people probably do it too. And truth be told, let's just keep it a buck. to the people that's not black and you draw black characters, you get a spike in that art, don't you? Especially if you're good. You get a spark in that motherfucking interest. Okay? So let's just keep it a buck. Yeah, it's a bag. It's definitely a bag. I know we don't want to say it, but it's definitely a bag. You draw a good character, a good black character, or a good character that has some melanin on their skin, and you getting an influx, okay, and followers and interactions. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. The algorithm the algae be algaeing. God damn it.
Like, you cannot do anything that is remotely close to sort of the stereotypes of black people, or else you were like basically presented as racist. And there was nobody sort of asking questions on like, why are all these rules surrounding people of color? The thought process was like, if I'm gonna get dogpiled over drawing a black OC all the time, why in the world would I do it? You know what I mean? Now let me just say this: it doesn't apply to like the atrocious character designs that we have seen over the years.
Akira Toriyama.
And the fact that like black people and black artists were basically calling it out because like we're tired of it. You know what I mean? Like just seeing a bunch of like really bad character designs for black people, like just straight up caricatures or just BS in anime character designs like donut lips and like pitch black skin and stuff like that. And
Akira Toriyama.
Not even like both of them together.
I remember one time,
like separate.
I remember one time I posted about that while everybody was celebrating him when he passed away. I was like, so we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room. We're not going to, because I seen so many black people. And it was kind of like secondhand embarrassment, to be honest with you. Because I can acknowledge the fact that Akira Toriyama made Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Quest, all those phenomenal fucking games in anime. But I can also acknowledge the fact that Akira Toriyama had a bad depiction of black people in his works. In those same works. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's stop. Donut lips, pink lips, you know what I mean? Extra black character, burnt characters, back to back. It's like, let's stop. Jesus.
As well, you know what I mean? For some reason, it was just really regular to have those sort of features if you wanted to draw a black person. This didn't apply to like every artist, but a lot of artists were basically doing that, and we were just calling it out. So it definitely did not apply to that, because I understand that, and I was also one of the people that was calling it out. But it does apply to the fact that like artists who were just trying to make a black OC or two and were posting it for the first time, they were getting like absolutely cooked by the comments with no actual tips to improve. It was just, you did this wrong, did not draw them right. It sort of led
sometimes
to the walking on eggshells.
Sometimes those commenters be coming from non-artists too, so you got to be careful with that, whether you be black artists or a white artist that draw a black OC. Like, be careful on who you getting your hot takes from or your artistic advice from in those comment sections. A lot of them motherfuckers don't even fucking be artists. Like, a lot of them niggas just be bored, found your shit pop up on their fucking algorithm, and they got a fucking point to prove. Like, don't let some of the motherfuckers too much disturb you. If you're doing it from a right place, you're drawing them very well. You know what I mean? Not no donut lip, you know what I mean? Fat fucking sausage lips and shit. Like, if you're doing it from a right place, then you good, bro.
And tiptoeing around drawing black people because you had to make
not
it
all, not all,
specific way, or else you did it wrong. And I feel like that's what sort of led to a lot of people being afraid of getting it wrong. I'm talking about like majority of artists. There was really no wrong way that people were making their black OCs. I think what really struck me was that like we genuinely took seriously the opinions of those who could not even draw black OCs themselves. Like when we were like in 2020 and there was always like the racist of the week or whatever, like the racist artist of the week or something like that, and people were making a bunch of dogpiling posts about people like that. And I'm not talking about the people who deserved it. I'm talking about people who didn't, obviously. Like beginner artists and stuff. The people who were like sort of shouting the loudest, like the keyboard warriors, couldn't even draw black people themselves, or let alone a person of color. You know what I mean? Like you would check their account and it would just be white OCs. I think it's worse if you're putting yourself on a high horse and pretending like you actually care about proper representation.
And the shit be killing me. Like I said before, it goes back to what I said before. Some of them people that be talking all of this cash money shit don't even be black people themselves. That's the wild part. It be white people that be quote unquote so-called defending black folks' honor. Boy, if you don't shut your ass up, and sit your ass down. Like, boy.
And you did it. Like, I'm not saying you, but people who were shouting the loudest, who were doing all these things, did not actually care about proper representation because they never gave actual advice. Because they didn't have actual advice.
Exactly.
I mean, most of the times it was you did it wrong, and I have no explanation for why you did it wrong. You just did it wrong. It was either no advice at all, or it was just straight up bad advice. They would say, oh, you did it wrong, this is how you're supposed to do it, and it would be a completely different character. Like, it wouldn't even look like the character the artist is trying to make. Now, again, this does not apply.
I'm in a Discord. I'm in a couple of Discords that they be doing that type of shit, right? And that's why I personally don't like to give advice. That's why I don't have art tutorials. That's why, because it's like, me telling you how to draw is something that I feel bad if I make something that I see through my art style and vision compared to what you see. I want to see what you see, even if you so-called make it quote unquote bad. Because the way that my mind works is that I see beauty in I see perfect in the flawed, if that makes any sense. Like perfectly flawed, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Like I see beauty in the unconventional, if that makes any sense. Like unconventionally unattractive type of art. Like I see beauty in it. Not all, but I do see where I could add my flair to it, if that makes any sense. And rather than me doing it, I would just keep it in my mind and keep it in my visual library. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let her go ahead and finish. I'm gonna link in the. This is a good video. I ain't gonna hold you. When did it come out? It came out 2 weeks ago. Hey, like this is a good video. Came out across my timeline. I gotta subscribe right after that. She's an artist. He's an artist. I fuck with it. I fuck with it a lot. I like coming across artists on YouTube, man, especially in having talks like this, or other talks about other shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like Black Censor, but just good convo, like real convos, and not no fucking algorithm clickbait shit. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of bullshit, as you can see. This shit over here. That nigga got fucked, boy. That nigga got fucked, boy. But let me get off of this. Y'all be good. Take care of yourselves. If you in Georgia, it's about to snow really bad. Stay safe. Stay your ass inside. I'm not going outside, and pray to God my power don't go out. I'm trying to make these videos before that shit happens, because ain't nobody got time for that. I may be out till next week. So like that, we gone. Bun K.